Well, hi, folks. How y'all doing tonight? Got a few people here. Let's see. June Gall, Brenda Duncan, Andy's Backyard and Shop, Grandma Rose's Homestead, Bee Lady. Oh, who am I missing? Well, can't scroll back through, so if I missed you, I'm sorry. So, it's another Tuesday night. Skeeter Jackson. And K and J. Welcome. Well, y'all let me down, every one of you. I asked you to send me an email on something you want to talk about. I didn't get a single one all week. I'm so disappointed. So, I don't have any subject matter per se to talk about, other than, do you have anything that you want to talk about as far as the editing? Any problems you might be having? Maybe doing something with the sound, maybe picture-in-picture type stuff. Maybe some text challenges, or I don't know. So, I do remember somebody asked last week, but I did not get an email and I did not review that video. So I don't. Go ahead and ask again, and let's find out what. Give us a starting place. Grandma Rose's Homestead. I just looked at the email 15 minutes ago, and yes, did get it, but I have not looked at that yet. Southern Ark Homestead, zooming in a shot. Okay. Well, let's jump over here. All right, and let me start Filmora. And as always, we'll jump into the full feature mode. Okay. Let's see here. Let me find some. Do we have here? All right, Southern Ark. I happen to have your live stream here, so that'll be a good one to zoom in a shot on, I guess. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to just cut out some of this so that we're not using it all. I'll give myself a little bit more. What do I have here? 4 minutes. That should be good. Okay, so all I've done here is I've gone in and cut out a little section of this. And for zooming in a shot, this may make a very good example, because obviously the way this was recorded, I have you in a window. And what this is from the live stream where we had you as a guest. And this was part of the promo piece that we made for you. So, like I say, for zooming in a shot, this might make an excellent subject. So we'll go into the section that you want to zoom in. You can just do a right click on that section and go into crop and zoom. So the crop and pan and zoom are very, very similar. They both enlarge your subject. So let's go the real easy route first. We'll go crop, and in the crop screen, the manipulating screen is on the left-hand side, and your result will be over here on the right. So if I just want to, for example, we'll go to the corner here, and we'll drag this in to the size window we want, move it to wherever we want. And as you can see, I have zoomed into just a section of the screen over here on the left. So if I say OK, this is the result that you get. Now, what this has done is this has taken this entire clip and zoomed into that area. So if I run the timeline across the clip, you can see it's very set in that area. The way that, let me go back, and let's just say that you want a short section of that video. We'll say from right here where you're doing the painting and a little bit of explaining here, to this point right here, you want that zoomed in where you don't see anything else. Simply go up and cut your clip right there so you have a separate section. Don't move them. Highlight the section you want to crop. Come in here, crop it. Like this. Say OK. So now what happens when you play this, you have, she did it in camouflage and it looks wonderful. So she has a how-to video that explains how she did it, and she used some unique materials. And as soon as you're past that section where you had trimmed it before, you're back to the original. Now it's a very sharp cut. It's almost a jump cut. And she used from one to the other. Some unique material. So if you wanted to, at that point, you could throw some sort of transition in on it. And she used some unique materials in doing this. And so that made it just a little bit softer transition. And she'll show those here shortly. I'm sure she has these available for sale. Okay, so I'll take those items back out. Now, if you wanted to do the pan and zoom, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to run your timeline up. Well, we'll say to right here. And I'm going to cut the clip right there. So now I have a section here of timeline that is roughly 50 seconds long. Thereabouts. 50 seconds, 15 frames. I can do the right click. I can go to the crop and zoom. Only this time I'm going to click pan and zoom. So this creates two boxes over here on the left, and I know that you probably cannot see them there. But when you open this up in your editor, you're going to see that there's two boxes. There's a start and a finish. So if I wanted it to end And we're going to end it on smudge, just because. Okay, so this is going to start with the full screen that we had, but it's going to zoom in just to smudge here. So we'll say okay. And now when we play it,
she did it in camouflage. And
you see the whole screen is moving in.
So she has a how-to video that explains how she did it. And she used some unique materials in doing this. So for her stencils, and she'll show those here shortly, I'm sure she has these available for sale if you'd like to purchase some. And it just does a fantastic job on the camper, as she's showing you right now. So send her an email, and I'm sure she'll be more than happy to sell you some of these stencils. But it just does a wonderfully crazy job. And we're going to find out about this and other things while she's on the show tonight.
Okay. As you saw, at the end of 50 seconds, it had zoomed into this picture. Let me go back. This is where we left it before. I'm just going to come in and remodify this.
He wants to know how did you slow that zoom down? Southern Ark, Nina's asking.
The zoom is going to be dependent upon the length of time of your clip. You have a start and an end. And when I say the length of time, that's here. Well, this is the only part of the clip that I'm using because I cut it off at 50 seconds. So that's the only part I'm using. It's going to last for 50 seconds. Let's do it this way. You can see it all. All right, I now have a full piece here again. And all I've done there is I've just hit the little reverse or undo arrow. That's how I got back. So I'm going to cut this down now to let's just say 15 seconds roughly. Come in here and I cut the clip. So this first 15 seconds is where I'm going to want to do the zoom. So I'll go into crop and zoom, go into the pan and zoom. As you remember, you have two squares in here. You have a start square and an end square. The end square by default starts out as a cropped picture. You can see I grabbed the inside square there. And we'll make it, and we'll just make it more dramatic here. We'll come right in on smudge. Now if I say okay, when I play this, over the course of this 15 seconds, the zoom is much faster.
She did it in camouflage. And it looks wonderful. So she has a how-to video that explains how she did it. And she used some unique materials.
Okay. Now I can also go the other way. Let me go back into the crop and zoom. Hold on. Okay. Up and zoom. Pan and zoom. That gives you your two little squares. This time I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to bring the outside square in. Smudge's face, where he will start out large. And I'm going to end it at a full screen. Click OK. So now it's starting out right on Smudge.
She did it in camouflage, and it looks wonderful. So she has a how-to video that explains how she did it, and she used some unique materials in doing this.
Thanks so much, Mr. Miyagi. I'm waxing off, then waxing on, then waxing off.
Okay. It's Mr. Miyagi. Okay.
It doesn't have any race cars in it, Daryl.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, did that answer your question on the zooming, and the cropping? Okay, Kelly, did you repost your question? Lou, just Lou. Thanks for stopping in. So, okay. Does anybody have any videos perhaps up online that they've had an issue with and want to look at, want to review, or anything like that, or I'm going to make an assumption here that most of you in here know how to import the videos into the program and things like that. So I don't want to go into just very begin basics, but we can certainly do that. Well, we can also do this. Let me okay, I got the phone line turned on if somebody wants to call in with a question. You're more than welcome to. Okay, somebody's working to make it.
Kelly's saying, Kelly, people I see have an issue with the basic setting of music for recorded video. They did it. She said it's an ongoing question. I know how to, but many not know the details of how to softly blend sounds together.
Okay.
Thank you, Nina.
Yes, thank you, Nina. We appreciate that. Okay. You want to blend music? Well, all right. Let's just talk about music and sound. I'm sure that you've all clicked on a YouTube video where you've had to jump for the sound because it's blaring you out, or you've had to jump for the sound control because you can't hear it and you're trying to turn it up and you still can't hear it. And then different sections within the video are louder or softer. It can be a challenge, especially if the video is put together over multiple clips, multiple cameras, multiple music tracks. So let's just do some general stuff. Let me see what this is.
Get your aprons on, young lady.
Can you get mine, son?
You just gotta stand up to put it on.
Okay. So this is a as you can see, they're getting ready to do a video, and this was a video that never developed because the product never turned out. It was a failure,
But you're
huge
still,
failure. Thanks to our Nestle's chocolate chips that didn't melt, which is an ongoing problem, I guess, with a lot of people. So we're going to try it again with some different types of chocolate chips. So I don't want to spoil the fun, but I think you can get an idea here. I use multiple cameras when we do some of these cooking videos with the girls. I have one right here. So that is a iPhone. I believe you're looking through the lens of a Canon video cam at this point. And there's another iPhone on the table for a third angle. But this is obviously just one angle, and then I would combine all those to put the whole video together. But if you wanted to do some sort of background music on this, in Filmora, they have a lot of they have a selection of music that is royalty free that you can use. It's not the biggest selection. Your biggest selection is going to be just straight from YouTube, and you can rest assured that if you get your music off of YouTube in the Creator Studio, you're not going to have any issues with music. But you can preview this music by just highlighting it and clicking the play button. Okay, that sounds good enough. So we'll just go ahead and we'll bring that down into the music track. Okay, you can't hear any of the vocal off of the video. So I reached over to this area, and I will make the mouse highlight here. And I just turned that track off, so I'm not hearing the music.
Okay. We're going to join the bandwagon and do Christmas crack, is how Robin calls it.
Okay. The overall sound on this video is low. There's no question about it. There's a couple ways we can change that. Because this is a single clip, it's all kind of recorded the same. I would choose to go into what's called the audio mixer. I'll bring that up. They have the potential soundtracks here. In my video, I'm just going to raise the volume on that. And we're going to raise it up about roughly 8 dB. So now when we play it.
Great family homestead. I've never made it before.
Okay, so that's better. I think I'm going to go a little more. And again, this is just for demonstration.
How Robin calls it.
Okay. So now if I turn the music back on at its regular regular volume as it's just rawly uploaded, we'll play this.
Christmas crap. How Robin calls it from the Great Family.
Okay, at least you can hear the audio, but it's still way too loud. So I can go into the audio mixer again, and I can go, this is music track 1, and I'm just going to go pull it down. We're going to run it down about, now let's run it down about 12 dB.
Christmas crack is how Robin calls it from the Great Family Homestead. I've never made it before. So, Kate.
Okay. Now, I think part of the question was fading in, fading out the music. There's a couple ways to do this. One is to split the music and control each section of music with a volume control. The way that, another way to do that is we know that we have the music at this point, and I'm going to cut it here just as a reference point. We know that we have this turned down so you can hear.
Great Family Homestead. I've never made it before.
It might be a little bit. Good idea.
So,
but you can take the same sound, the same tune, bring it down to the other track, leave it full volume to the point where you, let's say that the talk is going to begin. I'm going to cut it here. And I'm going to just delete the rest of this. So what we have now is we have full volume, and then we have a lower volume playing underneath it. If I go into the full volume and go to the adjustment, I'm going to put in a fade out, and I'm going to fade it out over about 1.5 seconds. So now we'll have full volume that'll fade down into the lower. And again, this is just quick jumping into this. I want you to just assume or pretend with me that there's no talking in the first part. This is like if you're having an introduction or whatever with full music sound, but then you don't want to overdo the voice, so you're going to take the music down gently.
how Robin calls it from the Great Family Homestead. I've never made it before. So, Kaylee is going.
And again, just to make it, I guess, a little bit more dramatic, let's pull the overall sound down quite a bit on the behind the scenes, if you would. So we've started out with full volume.
And do Christmas crack. How Robin calls it from the Great Family Homestead. I've never made it before. So Kaylee is going to take the parchment paper.
Transition. smooth.
You need to put him down.
Easy
You're going to go ahead and
full
start.
sound.
And Celia's.
The behind the under the voice type sound. The other thing you can do, I'm going to remove the full sound track there.
Comment from Kelly. Okay, now blocking the talking to get an overlay of vocal explanation of a part to the video and keep music. Just for others, better videos.
Okay, now blocking. Oh, okay. So in other words, you want to remove the sound then from the video. Is that pretty much what you want to do?
Yes, she says.
Okay. Couple quick ways to do it. We have low sound here at this point for music, which I'm going to turn off. You can go into the video and you can just couple different ways you can do this. You can go into the video and go into the audio portion of the editing, and you can just turn the volume down completely, and then you don't have any. If I click OK, and I've done that just on this first part of the clip before it's cut, it'll just be music.
McCray Family Homestead. I've never made it before.
She starts talking. So to put that in perspective with the sound,
McCray Family Homestead. I've never made it before.
if you want to do a voiceover, I'm thinking I can do this with it hooked up, because I am set up for the broadcast and not doing anything here locally, but we're going to give it a shot. Okay, I'm going to do a test voiceover here, just so people can get an idea what happens if you're recording over top of the video. And as you can see, they're tying the aprons on, and Saltine's sitting on the table, and Celia's getting ready out in the living room, and Anthony's running around here somewhere. I'm not sure where he is. He'll pop out from under the table or something. So, all right, we'll just stop this. Okay, I'm going to do a test voiceover here, just so people can get an idea what happens if you're recording over top of the video. And as you can see, they're tight. All right, now if I want to increase that, I can go in and edit the volume. Let me, and again, I'm going to extremes here just so you can easily see what's happening. Okay, I'm going to do a test voiceover here, just so people can get an idea what happens if you're recording over top of the video. And as you can see, I can also do that in the audio mixer by increasing the volume here. So people can get an idea what happens if you're recording over top of the video. And as you can see, they're tying the aprons on, and Saltine's sitting on the table, and Celia's getting ready out in the living room, and Anthony's running around here somewhere. I'm not sure where he is. He'll pop out from under the table or something. So, Okay, now one of the things that I did wrong with this was when I did the voiceover, when I did the recording, and this is because that I have this set up right now for the broadcast, for the live stream, but the microphone here was actually picking up the sound internally, and it added it to this section, the background music. So that's why you hear the extreme on the table, and Celia's getting ready out in the living room. And it's actually Anthony's running around here somewhere. I'm not sure where he is. He'll pop out from under the table or something. So, all right, we'll just stop. There you can hear how that took that away. I probably could have fixed that by, and we'll just try it. I'm going to turn the sound off. And we'll do a voiceover now. Okay, attempt number 2 on a voiceover here on the video. As Kaylee's getting her apron on. The apron's a little big for her, so we kind of tuck it in here and shorten up the straps there. And Julia's getting ready out there in the living room, coming back in. And Sherry's taking inventory, seeing that we have everything. Trying to get them to look nice. Everybody's getting ready. All this free stuff just to do a video, isn't it amazing? So we'll try this now.
And then it didn't turn out.
Okay, attempt number 2 on a voiceover here on the video. All right, and I can hear that that's not going to be loud enough. Okay, attempt number 2 on a voiceover here on the video. Turn the sound back on. As Kaylee's getting her apron on. And the apron's a little big for her, so we kind of tuck it in here and shorten up the straps there. And Julia's getting ready out there in the living room, coming back in. And Sherry's taking inventory, seeing that we have everything. Trying to get them to look nice. Everybody's getting ready. All this that obviously worked a lot better. Free stuff just to do a video, isn't it amazing? So we'll try. What I'm going to do here is this section of music. I'm going to turn the volume up. And again, I'm going to go to extremes. We'll do a very short fade out. No more than a half second. On a fade in, we'll do no more than a half second. Say okay. So now when I stop talking, we'll get loud music, then it'll soften back up. So we'll try.
Great family homestead. I've never made it before.
Kaylee got that call.
So Kaylee is going to take the parchment paper.
Okay, did that pretty much answer your question? I'm going to take it just a little bit further. Get rid of the soundtracks here altogether. leave that up. Okay, go back to this music. This music clip is 1 minute 20 seconds long. However, at the end of the music, I'm visually able to see here that it kind of pretty much drops down to nothing. So let's just listen to it here. You can see it's got all of this dead time. So you can come back and you can, the easiest way to do this is spread that timeline out so you can see what you have. And when I say see what you have, it may be very difficult for you to notice there, but if you follow where the mouse is right here, you can see that there is, I'm going to call it hills, or there is sound in the track there. And where the line is pretty much where it stops, which happens to be behind the chat. I'm sorry about that. But you can play this. And then just cut the end out. Just cut it, delete it. And we'll bring something else down and put it right up to it. And let's just see how it goes together here. All right, now we'll shorten this back in. Dead time June is when there is nothing happening. That's like when we do our live shows and we have our deer in the headlights moment where nobody talks, nobody does anything. Everything is just, well, what's going to happen next? You know, and I'm certainly trying to get better at that. But in a video, when you're creating a video, if you expect a sound in the background and there's just nothing there, that's dead time. Or if there was just a blank on the screen, that would be considered to be dead time. Okay, we've just had some dead time here now.
Rusty, smack you come March.
Yeah, you can go, you can make this as hard as you want to. You can go all the way down to frame by frame. Fact of the matter is, on the YouTube platform, there's no reason to go to that extreme. But you certainly can, and if you want to expand that into different horizons and produce some movie type efforts or something like that, absolutely, then you'd want to do that. But if you're doing that, you're not going to be using Filmora.
Okay, question. When doing cooking videos and I start frying something, The sound of the frying drowns out what I'm saying. Can I prevent that? Oh, no, we know that.
Couple ways to prevent that. I mean, obviously you can't stop the sound of frying. You're not going to be able to do that. So it's going to have to be done after the fact. Probably the easiest thing to do is to go in and cut the frying section out on a video. And when I say cut it out, I just mean sound-wise. Go in and turn the sound way down on the video line there and do a voiceover. That's probably the easiest way to handle that. I'm trying to think. I know that we have some that we've done similar things to, but I don't know what they are right offhand. If you want a little bit more control over your video and the audio that's attached to the video, within Filmora you can separate the two. Simply do a right click and audio detach. At this point there is no audio on this video at all. It's all been moved down to this line.
We did a video not too long ago, didn't we? That you muted out the.
I don't know. I just don't remember.
I don't remember either. Kelly said, thank you for showing a bit of volume control and showing blending equalization of music or lowered. Daryl, I'm sure D-A-R-L-Y is supposed to be Daryl. Thank you for the spot answers.
Okay. If
He's got something in his hand he picked up off the floor.
I think this might be dead time.
Thank
You're
you.
waiting on it to come
I
out
know
the
something Sissy could give you.
Why?
hear the
I
timer
picked
going.
one off the floor from him. This one.
But it's very easy to cut pieces out.
This is not warm. Feel the
But
warm.
this is also probably a good example of something that we talked about just a little bit earlier. If I were producing this video, I would probably cut this down to this.
That one is.
Oh,
No.
it's chocolate fail number 2. They're not spreading.
And it's not that we don't show our failures. This was just a disaster. So we just didn't. I didn't take the effort to produce a video out of it. Okay, well the The phone is open if anybody wants to call in. You have a question?
Rusty can call in and sing the theme song from Fraggle Rock. Crackling paper, unwrapping gifts and bags does the same thing. People making the video always say, excuse the noise. Way to go, Daniel. Now they don't offer it.
Jeez, it got quiet.
I know. Your pin drop.
Yeah.
Kelly, you opened another bag of worms, but I don't want to boggle people's minds tonight. Oh, why not? Backyard eating, for example, I have 5 kids, 3 of them under 3 years old. Oy vey. Oh, my lordy. Hey, Paw, glad to see you here.
Yeah. Somebody is calling it. Hello, this is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
This is Nina.
Nina. I know.
How are you?
I'm doing just fine. And yourself?
I'm good.
Good. I wouldn't expect any less out of you.
Do what now?
I said I wouldn't expect any less out of you than to be good.
Are good at it, right?
Or good at it. Okay.
Those are the ones you have to worry about.
So I just want to tell you thank you for showing me the crop and zoom. I missed the transition part of it. I didn't know about that. So I appreciate that.
Well, you're very welcome.
And I just wanted to say, hey.
Well, hey. Yeah.
And I appreciate what y'all do.
Well, I'm glad I'm able to help in some little way.
Yep.
Bandana has jumped into the room. Good evening, Bandana. So, did you have any other things that you're working on or that you're having an issue with or?
Not in Filmora at the moment. I'm actually working on a painting that's giving me issues, but I don't think that that's something that you can help me with. So I just wanted to tell you thank you for doing these lessons because they're much appreciated.
Well, you are quite welcome. Something that what these are.
All right. Well, I will get off and let someone else call in. I just wanted to tell you thank you.
All right, Nina, thank you for calling. Certainly appreciate it, and looking forward to meeting you here in a couple months.
Heck yes.
So.
All right. Talk to you later.
Okay. You have a great evening. Bye-bye.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.
Okay. Here's something that we haven't really talked about very much. So let's do that. I've got just a short clip here.
Cray Family Homestead. I've never made it before.
This is actually a short.
It's been 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's.
I don't want you sneezing on this. We can't try it then. The Kugel is done.
Sneezer left, turn that way.
Okay, let me first make sure. Yeah, I've got it turned up here.
She's tickling my back.
Okay. One of the other things that you can do with Filmora is they have a section called filters. And you can drastically change the appearance of your videos with this. And we'll just run through some of these. Well, I have a phone call to answer. Hi, June. How are you? This is Daryl.
Hi, Daryl. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. I the only reason I can say hi, June, is because your name came up with this one. I don't know how you do that, but I wish everybody's did.
I don't know. Maybe because I have you on my phone.
Could be. I don't know.
Maybe because I saved you on my phone.
Could be.
Okay. Hang about a minute. Let me rephrase. Let me get it together in my mind. If I load the Filmora program, the one that's free for my phone, does it have the same kind of things that you're showing on here?
I know it has a lot of features on the free phone thing. Does it have as many?
Okay.
I'm going to say probably not.
Okay.
Probably.
Should I start with the free phone program?
Or
would it be better to go straight with the free free on my laptop?
Well, my answer to that is if I had to edit a video on a phone, I would never do it.
Yeah. Because I was wondering, the other thing I was going to, see, mine's a Motorola, so it has a funky connection to the phone, but I have the USB that I can plug it into. So could I use the screen on my laptop as my phone screen and use the program in my phone, maybe?
I do not think so.
Okay.
I do not.
It sounds a bit complicated anyway. Now that I actually speak it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, one of the problems with the phone, if that's your editing platform, my fingers aren't small enough to deal with that.
Right. I mean, I'm tiny, but I mean, trying to text, even just trying to text, I keep hitting the wrong letters. So. Okay.
Yeah, I have.
Then I'll keep saving up.
The smallest monitor that I have here is 15 inches, and I have a 27-inch, and I prefer to use. Maybe it's because I'm older too, but I prefer bigger is better.
Yeah. Well, I wear cheetah glasses, so I can see my screen. But I still don't see it that well.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I shall keep saving up then.
Okay. June,
thank you so much.
Thank you for calling. Take care now.
Oh, you're welcome. Big squeezy hugs.
Okay. Take care now.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so getting back to this filters. If you just drag your filter down, let me do this. All right, you can see how this has drastically changed the appearance. And if you want it to stretch out, you simply just drag it out. But that filter has just tremendously changed it. And there's various degrees. Another phone call. Hello, this is Daryl. Who am I speaking to, please?
Yeah, this is the Darth Vader. I'm calling to order a fries, a shake, and An extra large hamburger.
No pancakes?
Yeah, pancakes too. Hey, Daryl, this is Grizz.
Yeah, I could tell. I knew who this was.
I just had to, I didn't want to text you in the room, here, kitty, 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 because I just got here. And I didn't want to let everybody know I was late, but I'm here.
So how are
Okay, I'll let you get back to your show.
Oh, heavens.
How are things out your way?
Oh, they're doing pretty good. I just got through editing a video, and I'm wishing that I had Filmora. But that will come this year sometime.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was doing an editing with the Windows Movie Maker.
Mm-hmm.
And I got 3/4 of the way done, and I messed up, and there's no way that I can recover in Windows Movie Maker, and I know I can recover with Filmora.
Wow.
Yeah, there's of the free programs, Windows Movie Maker was probably one of the top ones, without question. But for anybody that's as serious about this as what you are, you really need to step up and get Filmora or something like it.
Yeah, I just gotta let YouTube pay for me. With the earnings that I get, which
sure,
I could tell them to send me money now, but I'm waiting for it to be a larger check.
Sure. So.
But yeah, that's going to be one of the first things that I do get is Filmora to have a better editing tool.
So, and I have to apologize. I've not kept up with all your videos here as of late, but I remember something about you ran over your laptop.
That's
yeah, yeah, I did, and that has been a real hindrance to my YouTube, because that's what I did all my editing on.
Uh-huh.
And doing it on the main computer is kind of a pain because the whole family uses it.
Okay.
And so, I mean, that's been kind of a hindrance. The other deal is I have to sit in my office chair to sit at this computer, and I can't sit there as long.
Okay.
Whereas I was able to sit in my recliner chair in the living room with the laptop and be more comfortable and work at it longer.
Yep. Understand that.
I'll have it all taken care of sometime this year.
Great. So how's the weather out your way?
It had been nice. It just started raining today again. Just a light drizzle, nothing bad, but it was a wet one today.
Well, we finally got out of the sub-freezing temperatures today.
You guys did?
Yeah. It got up into the low 30s today.
Oh, cool. Well, we're not that much warmer. We're probably about 50. We're only 20 degrees warmer.
I think it's supposed to get in the 50s on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursdays I think we're supposed to hit 50, and then
they're talking about having it hit home again on the weekend.
Yeah. This
coming
weekend
weather.
it's going to get cold again, but
see, that's why I call Oregon God's country where I'm at, because it doesn't get real cold here. We might get down every 2 or 3 years down to the teens.
Oh.
But usually, our coldest spell, usually during the wintertime in January or February, usually it doesn't drop below 20, 25, somewhere around there. And that's very rare. Usually we're above freezing, or right at freezing, and we get a lot of freezing rains, and that's what's cold for us.
I could probably deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thank you for calling in, and thank you for stopping by. Always good to hear from you.
Okay. I'll say hi to everybody in the chat room before I get back at this stuff. We'll see y'all later.
Yeah, Kelly just left you a comment here, something about you scared her son with the chainsaw sharpening.
Let me see what the comment is. Yeah. She left a comment. I responded to it. She was saying her son said I need to knock the rakers down on that. Everybody tells me I knocked the rakers down too far. No, the problem with my chainsaw is I put some old motor oil in for the bar oil, and usually I strain it, but I got in a rush and I put some motor oil in there, and I gummed up the oiler so it's not dumping oil on the chain. So as soon as I fire that sucker up and start turning it into the wood, it just dulls the chain instantly.
Wow.
I got to fix that oiler.
Yeah.
But I thought he would say something about me putting the hand over the wood when I was cutting. I mean, that's what should have scared everybody. I don't know if anybody noticed that.
Good Lord.
So, okay. Hey, Grizz, thank you for calling, and you have a great week.
Okay, you too.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Daryl, Sherry.
And Deep South Homestead just said hi.
Hey, hi, Danny and Wanda. How you doing? I better start threatening the kitty out there and get some more thumbs up.
That's right.
Okay, we'll talk to you later.
Take care, Grizz.
Bye-bye, Grizz. Thank you for calling.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
There's our siblings.
Yeah. By the way, getting back to the filters, there is just a multitude of different effects that you can do on the filters. And I'm not saying that's something that you do want to use often, but there's a lot of cases where it just adds. And even some special effects. Make it like an old photo. Or an embossed picture. Multitude of pictures.
Kelly, you haven't had water in 5 days? Lord.
I think you can get maybe a little bit of an idea here, some of the different capabilities you can do here. And there's 162 filters in here, so obviously you could spend a lot of time just experimenting. And of course, for this time of year, we can just make it snowy. Okay, well, the phone line is open. If anybody wants to call in, feel free. If you have any questions, you're working on something, you got a video that you're working on, and maybe you want to do something that can't quite figure out how to do it, we'll certainly do our best to see if we can help you out. And the best of it is it's free. It doesn't cost them a thing. Jesus, quiet. I am familiar with Corel Draw and some of the Corel products. I'm not going to say they're bad products. I can tell you that their editing programs have a rather steep learning curve. They're not intuitive. They're not user friendly.
Yeah, Daniel, I'm telling you, Mother Nature has PMS. This is just insane.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's crazy. I mean, the South, some of the areas in the South have been colder than Alaska. And now, because of all the fires that they had out in California, LA area, and now it's raining, there's no trees where the hills and the mountains are. They're having mudslides.
Yeah, they're saying a lot of that's as a result of the fires, where it's taking all the underbrush
They
away.
all took all the underbrush. Yeah, I have family out in that area. Yeah, no shortage here either, Grizz.
Right. Well, folks, thank you so much for stopping in. Yeah, and I'm going to give you all your homework again this week. Send me some questions in email, or what do you want to talk about next week?
And next Monday, our guests are part-time Permies.
Part-time Permies.
Part-time Permies. Why did I say Permies? So spread the word. Get them some good questions and have a great hour again.
Yeah, they're out of Michigan, I think. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, okay. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And have a wonderful week. If we don't see you before, we will try to catch up the chat.
Thanks, Daniel.
If I don't see you before, we will see you next Monday night. Take care, everybody.
Take care.
Bye-bye.